Good morning, Santa Barbara High School. This is your ASB president for the next year, Ben Zavaios, and today we'll be hearing from our candidates for next year's ASB class officer positions. Today we have the sophomore contenders for sophomore class president, vice president, and secretary treasurer. Right now we have Carter Tran for sophomore class president, so let's let him introduce himself.
I'm Carter. I'm currently a freshman in ASB. That's all I have to say.
Okay, great. Carter, what is one project that you would like to implement onto campus?
Based on experience, in ASB, I see that this year's freshman class isn't very spirited. So I want to try to bring a bunch of spirit next year as a sophomore class. Just get everybody rowdy at the games, pep rallies, stuff like that.
Totally, awesome. So casual dances are the biggest part of the sophomore class president's role. So what are your plans for some casual dances in the future that we can look forward to?
I can't really say right now, but I'm sure that I'll have some pretty big ideas for next year.
Sweet, sounds good. So finally, here's 15 seconds so you can just do some closing statements.
Please vote for me, although I'm running unopposed, so I only technically need one vote. But I really do think that I'll help the sophomore class next year. Just let me know any opinions that you guys want me to implement into this next year's year.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. This is Carter Tran, and we'll move on. Okay, now we have the candidate for sophomore vice president. So, Sophia Chicote, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Sophia Chicote. I'm a freshman at Santa Barbara High. I'm part of the track team here, and that's probably my most interactive way of being part of the school.
Sweet. So let's get down to the questions. How are you going to help the president with everything that they need?
Well, since Carter's the only one running, Carter and I have a good friendship, and I think that we'd work really well together. And I like having a dominant position, but I don't want to be the main one in charge. And I think we could just get the school going.
Awesome. So next, how do you feel that you relate to our diverse student body at Santa Barbara High School?
I think that I'm part of a lot of different programs here, and just do well with interacting with other people, so I think that I'd have a good role in what would need to be done.
Sweet. And finally, you have 15 seconds for any closing statements.
Hi, I'm Sophia Chicote, running for sophomore class VP. Vote for me because I'm the only one running.
Sweet. Well, you guys heard it. Thank you. Okay, guys, so finally we have the candidate for sophomore class secretary treasurer. Why don't we let her introduce herself?
Hi, I'm Chloe Babcock. I'm a freshman currently in ASB, and I'm running for sophomore class secretary treasurer.
Great. So Chloe, why do you want this position of secretary treasurer?
I want this position so that I can work with the other incoming sophomores and the rest of ASB to, as the other two candidates said, to just improve our class's school spirit and work with the president and vice president.
Sweet, sweet. How's your handwriting?
My handwriting is pretty good, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, we're gonna let her do some closing statements now.
Vote for me so I can do my best to work with Carter and Sophia and just improve our class.
Fantastic, fantastic news. Okay, thank you, Chloe. And I think that's it. Thanks, guys. Good morning, Santa Barbara High School. I'm Ben Zavaios, the ASB president for the upcoming year. Today we have our candidates for the class officer positions, and right now we have the junior class presidents. So there are quite a few of them, so let's get down to it. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
I'm Anais Jimenez.
I'm Mia Lamelli and hope to be your next junior class president.
I'm Hannah Manson.
Start off with the questions. What is a project that you would like to implement next year?
A program where students who don't have as much as they need as the help in school as they should.
I would like to bring to school, like the Welcome Assembly last year, where everybody feels included, even the freshmen down to the seniors, and just everybody together, bring everybody together in one common thing. We have Santa Barbara High School.
I would like to implement more animals in the quad, like we had bunnies in the quad this year. We could have more different types of animals for testing, so people will be less stressed.
Next question. So the junior class president their main duty is being in charge of winter formal. So what are your plans for winter formal for next year?
Let everyone input their opinion on the theme and make everyone feel that they have to be able to voice their opinion and make everyone enjoy wanting to go to winter formal.
Last year's winter formal was extremely good, and so was this year's, thanks to Ben. And I just plan to keep that spirit going throughout winter formal, maybe homecoming too, and just working with all the committees and working all together, including 5th and 4th, so everybody has a chance to speak.
I think changing the location for winter formal would be a great idea. Even though the high school is great, a new location and having everybody's ideas being incorporated into winter formal.
Like Hannah.
Okay, so finally we're going to hear some closing statements from each of the candidates.
The longest ever since freshman year, and I know how it should be done.
Vote for me, Mia Lomeli, because I have the spirit and I feel very qualified being in charge of birthdays this year.
Vote for me, Hannah Manson, because I've been in ASB and I know how to plan things.
Next we're going to have the vice president, so stay tuned. Okay, so now we have the candidates for vice president of the junior class, and let's get down to it. So if you want to introduce yourselves.
I'm Ashley Bissell.
I'm Brianna Yamas.
I'm Emily Torres.
Awesome. Let's get down to the questions. So let's start out with Ashley. Santa Barbara High School is clearly the best school around, but in your opinion, why is that?
I think that Santa Barbara High is the best school because of our school spirit that we have. And we just have, everyone has so much school spirit and everyone attends all the games, not just the basketball and the football games, but like all the sports, and everyone just supports each other.
I think we have the most school spirit as well, and we get hyped at all the games, and everyone's into it.
Yeah, I also think we're like super hype and we're just like top 4 beautiful school.
True. Okay, next question. So how do you feel you relate to our diverse campus at Santa Barbara High School?
Well, I did take a group about like diversity in the school, and we're talk about like how people mix in and all that, and I feel like I'm really close to like most people and like that, stuff like that.
I think I'm diverse because I talk to like different groups of people when I hang out with people.
I think that I relate to a lot of different people at Santa Barbara High because I've been part of a sports team, I do mock trial, I am really involved in all my classes, I've been in ASB, and I just know a lot of different types of people.
Great, guys. So let's just have 15 seconds for closing statements.
Okay, I'm Brianna Yamas. Vote for me for your junior class VP.
I'm Emily Torres. Vote for me for your VP.
And I'm Ashley Bissell. Vote for me for your VP.
Thanks, guys. Let's move on. Okay, guys, so now we have the candidates for Secretary-Treasurer for the junior class. Let's let them introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Paulina, and I'm running for Secretary and Treasurer.
Hi, my name is Sophia, and I'm running for Secretary and Treasurer.
Awesome, so let's get into it. So, Paulina, why are you the most qualified out of the two candidates?
I think I am pretty well qualified because I was in ASB last year, and I'm pretty good with money and all of that, so I think I can be very organized when I need to be, so yeah.
Great. Now, Sophia?
I feel like I'd be an amazing Secretary and Treasurer for our junior class because I'm very organized. I'm in 5th period ASB. I do a lot of tasks that Ms. Rush always asks me to do, and I just feel like I can make this class an amazing year.
Awesome. Sounds good. Okay, next. Why do you want this position of Secretary-Treasurer?
I want this position so I could be more involved in school, get to know everybody, and I just feel like it's a great way to do things at high school.
Great. Paulina?
I want this position because even though I was in 4th period ASB this year, I thought my job was a good job, but I think this year I want to be more involved and do more stuff to make our junior class better.
Awesome. So now we have 15 seconds for closing statements. Paulina, why don't you start?
I think you guys should vote for me for junior class Secretary and Treasurer to make the junior class have good stuff, yeah.
I think you guys should vote for me because I will make this year amazing, and I'm very organized, and yeah.
Awesome. You guys heard it here first. And thank you guys for coming out.
Okay. Hi, I'm Lily McIntyre, the current senior class president. I'm here with our candidate for next year's senior class president.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Gebhardt, and I'm running unopposed for senior class president.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about your involvement here at SB?
Sure. So right now I'm involved in girls basketball. I'm the captain of the girls basketball team, and I have been the past 2 years. I'm also in ASB for the past 2 years.
Okay. How do you plan to unite the class of 2017?
To unite the class of 2017, I would just ask around of the class of 2017, talk about what they like, what they don't like, and just see how we can get them more involved in everything.
Good answer. So, what 3 traits do you think a leader needs to have, and do you have these?
A leader needs to have confidence, communication skills, and respect for everyone. Yeah, I think I have those.
With being senior class president, you're going to be in charge of senior sunrise, senior sunset, graduation, prom, all of those good things, as well as serving on ASB's executive council. You are also going to be in charge of reunions, meaning that your job goes beyond graduation. Why do you want to take on this responsibility?
I think it would just be really fun and meeting new people and just having fun with the class of 2017.
Okay, thank you, Kimberly. Congrats.
Thanks.
We're good. I'm here with our candidate for senior class vice president. Will you please introduce yourself?
Hi guys, I'm Valerie. I'm running unopposed for senior class vice president.
Will you tell us a little bit about your involvement here at Santa Barbara High School?
Okay, well, I'm currently in ASB. I have been in ASB for 2 years now, so I have the experience. I know what goes well and what doesn't with certain events. Along with ASB, I am the current vice president of Avid Club class of 2017. I'm a member of the track and field team as well as girls basketball team, and yeah.
If you could fix one thing about Santa Barbara High School, what would it be?
I wouldn't necessarily fix anything. I think we are a well-rounded high school. I'd like to improve more school spirit and participation in school events.
Okay. Last question. How do you plan on being an MVP VP?
I collaborate really well with Kimberly. We are teammates, so we know how to work well with each other. So I really think the communication next year, and we can integrate that and make sure events are run nice and smoothly. So.
I'm here with our candidates for our senior class secretary treasurer. Will you please introduce yourself?
I'm Joy Sanderlin.
And I'm Will Fisher.
Okay. Do you guys want to talk about your involvement here at Santa Barbara High School just a little bit? We'll start with Will.
I'm in ASB right now, 5th period, while also serving many different types of clubs, including JSA, ASB, FBLA, mock trial, sports medicine pathway. Just trying to get connected with every sort of aspect of this school that makes this school so great.
Okay, Joy.
Right. So I'm also involved in ASB, and part of my major involvement here is part of the Every 15 Minutes program. I'm one of the major players in that, so that's really exciting, and I'm super excited for you guys to see that. And yeah, that and ASB are my main things.
Ready? As members of 5th period ASB, what would you want to change about the class?
So I think that ASB is already really great, but I think it could use a lot more involvement with 5th period, working with 4th more, and having more leadership roles in 5th period, and also just getting more of the students involved, like more of the student body, and making sure that they know what's going on and keeping them updated. I think that'd be really important.
I agree. I think one of the major problems with 5th period ASB is being connected with 4th period, having communication between the two classes, being more involved with planning events rather than just working and setting up the events would be great. But I overall think ASB is a great class so far.
What 2 qualities does a leader have, and do you possess these qualities?
2 major qualities I believe a leader needs to have. Not only do they need to have communication skills between ASB and the school as a whole, make sure everyone's involved, but also respect. You need to have respect for who's below you and who's above you. You need to be able to respect your fellow classmates. That, I believe, is what a leader needs to have, and I think I have these 2 major qualities.
All right. Two really important qualities I think any leader should have is the ability to like delegate and include people, and I think I'm really good at that, like knowing what I can handle and what I need other people to help me with, and like asking for help and just really including other people. So like in 5th period ASB, like including other people and making sure everyone has a job and everyone's doing something and everyone's helping. And then also as a leader, you have to be able to like come up with good ideas and stick with them and like follow through with them. So it's not just like creating ideas and thinking of them, it's like actually implementing them. And I think I'll be really good at that. And I do have a lot of good ideas. So
Speaking of ideas, what fundraising ideas do you have to bring in the cash flow for the senior class?
So one idea I'm really excited about to try and get next year or even this year, I really want to start like a coffee cart. So like something that students could go to, because I'm a coffee lover and I always need my caffeine in the morning, and I think it'd be really easy and it'd be a really good source of revenue, I think. And I think a lot of people would enjoy it. And so yeah, I want to implement that for sure.
One major idea I have is bake sales. I know it sounds a little unoriginal, a little lame, but I promise you they make a lot of money, and I know that's really important for our class, because not only grad night but prom, because prom is just, has to be one of the greatest nights of the year. And I also believe doing more casual dances will bring in more money for our class. Doing little casual dances, $3 dances, I think that'll raise enough money for us to have a great time senior year.
I'm going to have each candidate give us a 30-second closing statement. We'll start with Joy.
All right, guys. So again, I'm Joy Sanderlin, junior running for senior class sec trej, and I think I'd be a really good candidate. I've got a lot of new ideas, a lot of new things to bring to the table, and it'd be exciting and fun, and I'll make you guys happy. Vote for me.
My name is Will Fisher. I'm also running for sec/trej, and I think you should vote for me because I do have great ideas like bake sales and casual dances, as well as containing the necessary values and morals to have a great senior year. Get a great prom and grad night, because that's what's important. Right, guys?
Teachers, if you haven't already, please pass out the ballots. Students, you may begin voting now. Make sure you give it back to your teacher so your votes will count.